What is up? What is up, YouTube? Hey, don't forget to check out the world's largest rap contest, the world's largest rap contest.com, the world's largest rap contest.com. You can go check that bad boy out. It's free to register if you want help with marketing, promoting your music, getting out there. How do people start from nothing and actually get as big as Puffy, big as Diddy, Jay-Z, 50 Cent, and all that type of stuff, man. You gotta crawl before you can walk. But check this out, man. Akademiks accused Wack of being the reason Big U got indicted last week. This no jumper guy, Adam, has allegedly was arrested by the feds or something. I guess they just took him in for questioning because he got out too fast. I have no idea. I'm just following the story and I'm learning as I go, y'all. So y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Hey, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's check this bad boy. Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys know, I joined late. And again, first of all, I wouldn't even entertain any conversation. I see some people trying to with the bullshit. You're not listed in this indictment as witness, cooperant, victim, nothing, which means the police is acknowledging you've never had contact with them, right?
Never.
They actually describe you as a rival, basically almost somebody that they might be looking into their damn self. So it doesn't look like, but I will say some of what you may have done may have helped with the timing, right? I think you.
What's that?
I think you tipping off Big U. I think that definitely.
I did what?
I think you going online and saying that, and the only reason I'm saying this is that if you ever read any federal indictment,
I did what? I tipped him off.
You tipped him off via
What
online.
did the lady say in the recording I sent you?
Well,
please don't what?
Please don't tell. But this is why I'm coming to this conclusion. So the way how these type of, especially murder, like we haven't seen the grand jury indictment. It has to go to grand jury. This was done through just a complaint, which means they usually go through this is a 4-year investigation. They're definitely going to grand jury. They only do, that's a quick way to get an indictment when an officer or an agent says, we need you to sign off on this that we can arrest them. I think that they think Big U is about to be on the run, honestly. Why would he be on the run? Wack is on everywhere. Yo, they're coming. End of the month. Like, and I thought he was capping. So, again, we're going to see the real...
Still?
No, I thought it then.
How many times have I capped?
Man, you didn't like him, though. Plus, you're saying certain shit. I know you spoke to, or you had some information from the fam. Like, this is like, you should only know this if you're doing the investigation. But I get it. They told the people. So we're going to get the real indictment very soon.
Yeah.
But the way they did it is usually to prevent. They did it to Dirk because Dirk was going to board a plane.
Right. And I hesitate to even open this can of worms, but we have reason to be skeptical about your statements about Big U because you obviously co-signed loose cannon telling the story about how Big U basically got Nipsey killed or whatever.
We never said he got Nipsey killed.
Okay, but you're saying that he had premeditated knowledge that Nipsey was going to get killed.
What he's saying is...
And that didn't really pan out, although a lot of people are now looking at those statements as if they might have a lot more validity than they once thought.
What are you talking about? Because Big U that says, that's my little brother. He was the face of the neighborhood. All I did was support and stand behind him. But on page 83, he says, what? I'm the biggest Rolling 60 come out. I'm even bigger than Nipsey Hussle. That's what he said, right? Did you read that? Did he read? No. Did he read that?
I can tell you that.
Huh? You seen that, right? But this is the dude. This is why I told you, hey, yo, bro, every time I see dude talking about, that's my little brother, that's this, and I know what you said in my house and said, and let me hear, and the things you told me, and the things you wanted me to do that I refused to do, right? I sent you him telling me, here go the contracts, go after the state for me. All that, he's a snitch, he's this, we got that, we got this, that, and I'm sitting back, yo, tell that dude to release them sex tapes. Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, bro.
Yo, Wack, the only eerie thing about this is that everything that I think you had to educate, like, because we all listen to you on Clubhouse, right? You had to educate us what the grid program was. You were asking questions then.
We educated
How is this guy with the grid program?
Say it.
The feds basically said the same damn thing. You got a crystal ball or something. I'm just glad to be your friend, okay?
I got a crystal ball at home. in form of R&B. Them cheeks.
Dual crystal balls. Gotcha. Yeah, but I mean, in general, if you see an older gangster with a charitable organization, what percentage of the time is it just a scam so they could still be doing bullshit?
I ran with him for 17 years.
Not really, right?
Yeah, really.
17?
17.
We saw y'all publicly for a couple years, really.
No,
right?
that's you.
Yeah.
Big U came home in 04.
Okay.
Beat his son half to death. We bailed him out.
Why'd you
Paid
do
for his
that?
attorney. Reggie
Damn.
probably told you about that. If not, he'll tell you because he was around for it, right?
Damn.
Paid for his attorney. That's back when the Infinity QX56 first hit. We had the same matching car. Like you wouldn't know if it was him or me, right? 17 years we ran, right? 17 years. He would tell people, Wack got the key to my front door. That's why I told Brick, hey, Brick, I've never seen you in my life. I never seen you at Crenshaw High. I never seen you at the funerals. I helped him bury a bunch of dudes over there. I never seen you at his crib, at the office. I never seen you. You didn't come out to all the video shoots, all these radio events we was having. How the West was won. Me and my boy AD created that. Crush Groove, we created that. I had contracts with Nick Masters at Live Nation. I would cut Big U in so Bro could eat because we were showing him how to hustle in the industry. Before he left, he wasn't in the industry. It was Key to Rock from 6-0. It was S-Mac from 6-0, the industry guys, right? There was no Big U. So when he came home, we embraced him, set him at the table, and we plugged him everywhere. This is why when I stepped away from him, all the industry went away from him.
You really feel like that?
That's a fact.
Everybody stopped with
Go to
Big U.
2021.
I feel like a lot of people think it was the inverse of that,
No.
where a lot of people stopped with you.
Who, me?
Yeah.
My plugs ain't stopped. You know that.
Definitely felt like you became a lot more controversial in the industry because of that, though.
Because of what?
Because of you and Big U going to war.
Bro, no.
I don't take it as that.
You
I think
crazy.
it's vice
I always-
versa.
I think it's vice versa.
I
think
was
maybe
always,
street-wise.
bro, he had no contracts, right? His only artist that got a deal, me and Game, got him the deal. He screwed it up, right? You got a dude that's struggling to try to keep his home from getting took and all this other crazy stuff. Wack was all DJ K. Slade, that's me. We put him with T.I. It was S-Mac plug. All my artists on my side. When he needed Scooty bikes
Excuse me.
for the kids giveaway, who supplied them? Yo, could you get Game to promote my football league? Who got that done? Right? Yo, could you help me? Could Nip go on tour? Who got that done? Let's talk about it. Like, bro, he has no real connects in the industry. Zero.
And you've always kind of been resentful of the fact that people treat him as if he's kind of on your level.
I'm not resentful that he ain't got more money than me. He ain't got no he has no plaques. He don't have no resources. He has no stamps in the passport. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
What
yeah,
are
look
you
at it
talking
completely
about?
different. Like I
He
feel
not
like
on my level with no damn music industry.
Wack's like one of the most
That's crazy.
influential voices.
I mean, Big U hasn't had successes in the entertainment world. People act like he does, but there's no
Because
real
we
receipt
put it
for
around him.
He did like one documentary style show.
That was my show. I
Right.
gave it to him.
Damn.
They begged me for 18 months. That's the homie from Compton Paul Rue show, Jim Bob. Jim Bob came to me for 18 months. Him and one of the Writers for Power, begging me to do it. I didn't want to do it. No disrespect, because I didn't want the segment to end with music with me. I always told myself when I do that type of style thing, I want to have my other thing going on, right? Which like now I could do it.
Yeah.
Because it's going on, right? But I said, Jim, no disrespect, that's a G homie. But I said, go ahead, Big U do it. He'll eat it up. He looking for the light.
Wait, Wack, let me ask you a couple of questions because I ain't gonna lie. It was reading through the entire indictment. I was fucking flabbergasted of just how accurate. And I'm not gonna lie. You said these things, and all these niggas gaslit you up here. They were like, yo, what are you talking about? What AK case? What this? Nigga, I'm reading through the shit. I'm like, this nigga Wack is on the money.
June 23rd, 2023.
How do you find out about that, though?
Okay, I'm going to keep it 100. Did I tell how I found out about it?
Whatever you want to say.
Okay. A certain person's wife is intimate with a Paru. You know it's the truth. Paru, dead homies. When I come off it, I'll FaceTime him.
So that's how you really found out?
Nigga, when he went to jail, she called her significant other.
I think it was like an ex-boyfriend
Ain't no
type
ex,
situation,
ain't no ex,
wasn't
no,
it?
no. Ain't no ex-boyfriend.
Ain't no ex.
I know my homeboy and I know his situation, right? It's Lil Jon's homie. Lil Jon know what I'm talking about. He's a very well-known dude. He's tied to a bunch of people, right? So when he went, I get the call. He said, hey, you know, that boy called up. Said, who that? Whoop. I said, how you know? He said, you know. I said, oh, okay. You serious? He said, yeah, I'm going to send you his info. They come in, they catch him with a K. She gonna know because she at home. They catch him with a K. This how I knew. This is why when Brick was saying in one of these rooms, having a tantrum, I don't know how cuz be knowing he on some police shit. That's because, nigga, you got a leak in your water bed.
You got a leak in your water bed.
I don't wake up and say, the day while he was still in there, I'm on Clubhouse saying it.
Time for my medicine, man.
I don't lie, man.
Apologize.
I called the date, the year. I told you what caliber.
And let me ask you, you know, actually, I got a question for Adam on this. Because, like, even reading the whole thing in this what they call the Big U Enterprise, and even when Brick Baby comes up here to work, even certain conversations being allowed on this platform, they ever pull you to the side, like, again, not saying that it would be the cause of it, but it's exacerbating it, right? It's so adding context. Like,
all the time.
Y'all are coming in here and I mean, there's a part where they're like, hey, we knew this, but then on the No Jumper podcast, they corroborated it. And I'm like...
No, definitely. And just because I have it pulled up, I really want to just play this one clip that has been going kind of viral that's like generally considered to be like the most federal clip that anybody on the podcast has ever had. This is Loose Cannon.
Loose Cannon.
Basically, it's like, cuz he'll be like, he'll
talking about Big U.
Things like, we'll go and do something. And the same niggas we do it to show up to the house like 10 minutes later when we trying to, you know, counting everything, right? And we be like, how the f*** they get that? Oh, well, we're going to just give them like $40,000 back and stuff like that. But cuz it's actually putting us in paperwork, right? And like doing like real police shit. I seen the nigga get like 20 guns. And when he got 20 guns, he's selling them to the homies. But I'm like, why are you writing down the serial numbers? So it's like he was doing like shit like that, and I didn't catch on. So it was like I'm waking up now. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm high-tech shit. I'm his right hand man. You get what I'm saying? So when it came down to like dirt and stuff like that, I'm gonna get it. You get what I'm saying? And then like
people are pretty astonished because almost that exact thing is listed in
now
the
let me go back to what you asked me.
Conversation.
Yeah.
This is why when Loose Cannon was calling me about what 600 was doing, I'm looking at the phone like, you can't be serious. 600 then made a video with him saying what he was saying 2 seconds later and put that. So you're calling me about what 600 is saying. Brody, have you forgot the things you said?
So basically, though, they both was admitting that they were saying police shit.
600 wasn't saying police shit. Because
he was trying to contradict it. He was trying to say
600 was reporting what was on the internet. That wasn't on the internet.
That's his own personal story that he lived.
I know how to protect my team. How did it get to the internet? I made sure it went to the proper stages of getting into the internet. I ran a Clubhouse room. I played snippets, had my media team tape it, clip it, send it to YouTube, and I sent you 600. Now you can talk about it. It's on the internet.
All right, so Wack, when you hearing stories of Loose saying shit like that, so you didn't have...
That ain't my business.
No, but you didn't have any clue that he could be caught up in this RICO or anything that was going on?
How would I have? I had no idea.
I think Loose thought he was kind of...
I had no idea.
That's the thing about...
Loose thinks that because it was 2-3 years ago, like, oh, he got 20 guns. It's like, it just sounds like he's talking bullshit, but when the feds are actually able to put the case together and show that this is the type of thing they were actually doing, all of a sudden these podcasts become very important.
Know what they're keying on in that?
What?
When he says, I'm his right-hand man. See, Loose's case, the robbery has nothing to do with Big U. What they're doing is they got this guy. They got sex trafficking. They got extortion. They got a murder, and they got some wire fraud. All that
and
stuff,
same
right?
things with Brick is that none of his charges are actually related to Big U as of yet.
But what the Big U, Brick, and Loose have in common? They're all from Rolling Sixes. And guess what? Brick's situation and Loose's situation independently involves the same guy that was being extorted. So they're saying you were operating for Big U doing these things.
Yeah.
The same guy, Dale Monster, I know him, right? That Big U sent Sylvester Vest over there to pick up $1,000 every week of the Fed's money. You read that, right?
From the dispensary guy.
From the dispensary guy, right? The same guy that was going on with is the same guy that legitimately had issues with these two men that had nothing to do with that. They had nothing to do with what, they didn't know Big U was even doing that. But when he says, I'm his right-hand man, they saying, okay, 606060, Best 60, and Best ain't even a gang member. Bear Claw 60, right? And we got one target, the same dude. Well, you did that. Now, we ain't gonna say it's independent. We're gonna say you did that because they was doing that.
Yeah.
And we're gonna call this the Big U enterprise, which is some bullshit. When the realest thing Big U said on his turn-in little videos was, Loose Cannon, Brick Baby, or not Brick Baby.
He said, Loose Cannon, I don't really fuck with him. Brick Baby, I don't really fuck with him.
But he fucks with Brick Baby.
But he
said he does.
But he did say in the video.
He fucks with Brick Baby. Do we fuck with Brick Baby?
Yes.
That's a fact.
Wait, he denounced it?
No, he
denounced Brick Baby.
In his
Really?
exit
but he
video.
fucks with him. But Loose, he don't.
I mean, but it is alleged that, and that's why I'm so surprised that if I'm Brick Baby and I feel like him and you have a close personal relationship, I'm either quitting or I'm telling you,
bro.
no more conversation about
Bro,
me.
no.
He
definitely needs to be careful.
It's alleged that he would rob somebody and then have these conversations. And first of all, they were tapping Big U's phone. And
They
break it down with him, which is pretty much kind of like extortion.
I don't think Brick
And
was doing any of that stuff while he was working here. I'm gonna be real with you.
Okay, but if you've done it in the past, why would you ever talk about that man's crimes? If your crimes are linked to his,
feel like if they get away with it for a few weeks, they're safe.
Brick never wanted to talk about it.
If me and you used to rob stores back in the day, and then now I'm on a podcast, and people want to talk about your robbing history, maybe we're talking about you robbing stores in over there, and I never robbed stores. I don't want to talk about you robbing stores. If we used to do something of the sort, that's why I'm so surprised that I thought Brick like maybe didn't have anything to do with it. I mean, again, obviously these are allegations, but kind of reading, I'm like, I don't know.
What did Brick say on your show?
Can't be that good. I
when I asked him about the AK case, he said what? It was dismissed in Compton Court. Ain't that what he said? I said, what's up with that AK case? You called June 23rd, 20.
He said
it was dismissed the DA reject. No, it ain't, Brick. The feds got it, along with the cell phone. So now you got to ask yourself, if I got caught with that, right? I'm going to be like, yo, bro, I got caught. They ain't gave me a court date. I'm not going to hide it.
By the way,
that's the reason why you hiding.
By the way, people think that you're the cop for that, but in reality,
what?
No. In reality, that's just being smart. It's the same thing with Zay Osama when he got caught with the switch in the Uber, and New York picked it up and dropped it. And he's like, I remember he dissed me. He was like, yo, I told you they ain't had nothing on me. And then the feds came right, like, come on. Like, that's just
you missing what I'm saying. Right? Compton Court never had it. The feds has always had it. Day one. He knew that. But why'd you lie? Because you know you got that sealed file over there about Sue Surf and them in Jersey.
What did Brick ever have to do with them? You think Brick is in some way complicit
Big U too. He had a sealed file. The exposers, Prince, Lavish, pulled it up. We tracked the case number back to Sue Surf and them. First, we thought it was some Dirk shit. It's not Dirk shit. He got a sealed file, dope case, New Jersey. It's the same shit. Indictment, Sue Surf and them. I know it is. Nigga, we the exposers, bro. That's a Clubhouse thing. Let's straighten that out, too. The exposers come from Clubhouse, on the side of Clubhouse, right? It was Wack100. I let Loose Cannon in.
He really bangs Clubhouse like it's his neighborhood.
Yo, that's a fact.
Crazy.
That's my tool.
Yo, whoever on Clubhouse, he got great sources on. And listen, they on Pacer because I looked up the same thing and I was like, I see Jersey, but I'm not putting together what you're saying. I'm like, why the fuck is a Jersey thing reference to Brick Baby?
Big U's in the same paperwork.
But what the hell could they have been doing with Jersey?
New Jersey 60s.
Right, but what were they doing?
I think there was someone with narcotics.
Brother, if you read it, it says Big U's a gang leader. He supplied drugs and guns. He's number 4 out of 14, right? They got him identified, the conversations, wiretaps. This was crazy. Big U know this paperwork exists, but he don't change his phone numbers. He don't change his Instagram. This 2022. We in 2025. He still got the same information now. But 2 weeks later, when they go to serve the indictments, everybody that's in the paperwork early April, late April, they pick everybody up, but Big U name not there.
Wait,
took down a whole other 5.
How do you know what's in the sealed indictment for the
No, we matched. We got the Sue Surf. Well, we got that work.
Okay.
That's not sealed.
Got the work.
Okay. Yeah.
But we matched case number.
Okay.
Of Brick Baby sealed to their indictment.
Okay. It's just a sealed document.
It says New Jersey drugs.
Got you. Damn.
Said, damn. Hey, man. Akademiks accused Wack of being the reason Big U. Yeah, it's the thing that tripped me out is, and I don't know the timeline. Wack100, the lady on the phone said, please don't tell nobody, because she knew that they was coming for Big U. Big U has been actually, before I get to that part, Wack100 ended up releasing that phone conversation that we heard about her saying, don't say anything, don't tell them. Now, Wack, on the other hand, was like, yo, I can't sit here and be a real homie when I got some information. That's just like somebody telling you, yo, Uncle Mike, they about to come down on Uncle Mike, dog. And you down with me, but don't tell them. What you gonna do, not tell me because they said don't tell me? Or you gonna be like, yo, man, this is what I heard. Don't say you heard it from me, but they about to come down on you. And I think Wack100 did that to his, because, he down with these people, that's his boys. So, but he didn't release the tape until after he was picked up, Big U. After Big U was picked up, that's when Wack100 actually released the tapes. The story I got, I'm thinking that Wack100 is straight up a straight shooter, Akademiks, I think he done moved on from the little thing he did with the little 15-year-old. That still ain't sitting too well with me, because once you did it and it came out, you was like, F everybody, I'm not apologizing. And then later on he started apologizing. So sometimes it takes a little bit of time for somebody to realize that they made mistakes or whatever. So I like the brother, man, whatever, man. I mean, he probably did it just for the cameras and joking or whatever. Now that you realize, I mean, he's a bigger man, I think, so Akademiks, I'm trying my best to forgive, now Adam is out. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if this stuff real, man. So I'm gonna do one more. Yeah, Adam 22 snitched on Big U for conspiracy, hustle, murder. Yeah. So y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Hey, take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out. Don't forget to check out the World's Largest Rap Contest. Peace out.